Most photo booth businesses don't fail because they lack bookings. They fail because money is quietly disappearing in places owners rarely track, not through massive disasters. Through tiny daily losses hidden inside the business itself, missing props, last-minute replacement costs, damaged equipment, underpriced packages, extra setup hours nobody invoices for. Small leaks repeated across dozens of events until profit margins slowly collapse without owners fully realizing why. And the worst part? Many photo booth businesses look successful from the outside while silently bleeding money behind the scenes. Because in an industry built around fun, aesthetics, and social media moments, operators often focus on growth while completely ignoring operational efficiency. Now, experienced event businesses are starting to treat photo booth companies less like creative side hustles and more like systems-driven operations. Because the hidden profit leak destroying most photo booth businesses isn't lack of demand, it's unmanaged chaos disguised as part of the business. Most people think the photo booth business is simple: show up, set up a camera, print photos, get paid. From the outside, it looks like one of the easiest businesses in the event industry. But behind the scenes, many photo booth companies are quietly struggling with a problem that destroys profitability faster than competition ever could: operational leakage, tiny hidden losses buried inside everyday business activity. And the dangerous part is that most owners don't notice it happening until their revenue looks healthy, but their bank account doesn't. Because in this industry, money rarely disappears all at once. It leaks slowly. An extra unpaid setup hour at one event, fuel costs underestimated every weekend, broken props never accounted for, cheap equipment replacement stacking up quietly over months. Individually, these problems seem harmless. Together, they can destroy an entire business, especially now because the photo booth industry has changed dramatically over the last few years. Social media transformed events into content production environments where clients expect more than simple printed photos. They want immersive experiences, luxury backdrops, custom animations, instant sharing systems, premium props, fast delivery, aesthetic setups designed for TikTok and Instagram, which means photo booth operators are under more pressure than ever to constantly upgrade equipment, improve presentation, and compete visually online. And many businesses are scaling too fast without realizing how expensive that growth actually is. A company books more events, then suddenly they need extra staff backup, printers duplete, props larger, transportation, vehicles faster, editing systems emergency, replacement inventory revenue increases, but so does operational complexity. And this is where hidden profit leaks begin multiplying. Take setup time, for example. Many photo booth businesses only charge for event hours while ignoring the real labor happening around the booking itself. Travel, low-loading equipment, venue coordination, .b, breakdown storage organization, battery charging, equipment maintenance. Some operators spend 6 to 8 total hours on a 3-hour event. But because those hidden labor costs aren't properly calculated into pricing, businesses unknowingly undercharge themselves constantly. And then there's equipment damage. Cameras overheat, Trenters jam, cables disappear. Touchscreens crack during transport. Lighting stands get damaged during crowded weddings. Most owners treat these incidents as random bad luck instead of predictable operational costs. But experienced businesses know something important. If a problem happens repeatedly, it's no longer random. It's a system issue. That mindset shift changes everything, because profitable photo booth companies don't just focus on getting more bookings. They focus obsessively on protecting margins. Some now track every event expense down to transportation fuel, replacement props, print usage, staff overtime, and equipment wear. Others create standardized workflows for packing, inventory checks, and setup timing to reduce chaos completely, because chaos is expensive, especially in the event world, and social media has made the pressure even worse. Today, clients compare photo booth businesses instantly online. One luxury setup goes viral, and suddenly every customer expects premium experiences at budget prices. This creates a dangerous trap for smaller operators. They overspend trying to look premium online without building systems strong enough to sustain those costs long term, and eventually, the numbers stop making sense. The business stays busy, but profit disappears. This is why many experienced owners now believe the real battle in the photo booth industry industry isn't marketing, it's operational discipline, the ability to control hidden costs most people never think about. Because while new operators obsess over followers' aesthetics and flashy equipment, experienced businesses are quietly optimizing logistics, workflows, inventory systems, and efficiency behind the scenes. That's where real profitability is built, not in the Instagram post, but in the invisible systems nobody sees. And the companies ignoring those systems are often the same ones wondering why constant bookings still aren't turning into sustainable money. The hardest part about running a photo booth business is that success can look incredibly convincing from the outside: packed weekends, constant inquiries, bussy social media pages, luxury event setups. Everything appears profitable. But behind the scenes, many owners are trapped inside a cycle where revenue keeps growing while actual profit quietly disappears. Because the event industry rewards visibility, not efficiency, clients see the final setup. They don't see the hidden operational damage happening underneath it: the rushed late-night breakdowns, the emergency equipment replacements, the unpaid overtime, the fuel costs, the constant prop losses, the burnout from handling multiple events every weekend. And over time, these hidden costs compound faster than most businesses realize, especially for owners scaling too quickly. One booking becomes three becomes 8. Then suddenly the business needs additional staff, duplicate inventory, backup gear, larger storage space, better transportation insurance coverage, faster editing workflows, and constant maintenance. Complexity explodes. And complexity is where profit leaks multiply. This is why some photo booth companies stay busy for years, but never actually become financially stable. Because activity and profitability are not the same thing. In fact, some of the busiest operators are often the ones under the most financial pressure, constantly reinvesting revenue back into fixing operational problems they never planned for correctly. And social media quietly makes this worse. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok created a culture where photo booth businesses feel pressured to constantly appear bigger, more luxurious, and more premium than they really are. So owners overspend on aesthetics, luxury props, custom neon signs, premium backdrops, trending booth concepts, expensive branding upgrades, all while ignoring the invisible systems keeping the business financially healthy. And eventually, many businesses hit the same dangerous wall. They're generating revenue, but losing control. That's why experienced event companies are becoming increasingly obsessed with systems instead of hype. They standardize workflows, automate client communication, track inventory aggressively, deprecate pricing structures around real operational costs, build setup procedures that reduce mistakes and wasted labor. Because once businesses understand where money actually disappears, profitability changes completely. And sometimes the biggest improvements come from fixing surprisingly small things: reducing setup time by 30 minutes, preventing repeated prop loss, charging correctly for travel and overtime, organizing inventory more efficiently, replacing fragile equipment with durable systems. Small optimizations repeated across dozens of events create massive long-term impact. That's the part newer businesses often miss. Profit isn't usually destroyed by one catastrophic mistake. It's destroyed by hundreds of unmanaged micro problems quietly draining the business every single week. And the businesses surviving long-term understand something powerful: creative industries still run on operational discipline. The best branding in the world can't save broken systems forever, because eventually burnout catches up, stress catches up, financial pressure catches up, and businesses built entirely on chaos almost always collapse under scale. But businesses built on systems become resilient, scalable, predictable, profitable, which means the hidden profit leak destroying most photo booth businesses isn't competition. It isn't algorithms. It isn't oversaturation. It's the invisible operational damage owners normalize for too long. So here's the real question. If you tracked every hidden cost inside your business for the next 30 days, what do you think would shock you the most? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into business systems, hidden operational mistakes, and the real mechanics behind scaling creative businesses profitably, subscribe, because the companies winning long-term are usually mastering the details nobody else notices.